Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video we're doing a swatching. We're going to do a real-time swatching video of the set, the 144 Gold Horse colored pencil set. I did do a previous video doing a quick overview of what they looked like in the box, and I did a side-by-side comparison of the barrels with the Holbeins and these. That does seem to be what they're going for. And I asked if you'd like to do a follow-up video doing a swatching, and a majority of responses I got were, actually pretty much all of the responses I got was yes, you'd like to see a swatching video. So this is a swatching video. This is not a review. That is probably going to be the following video after this one. I like to spend a little bit of time. I like to color with them. I did pull them out of the box and I rearranged them. I wanted to put them in a better color order just for visual effects, I guess, and just for myself because I didn't like the order they were in, and I did discover that there's some neon, so I pulled the neons to the back along with these metallics, and there's these two pencils that look like luminance pencils perhaps. Before we get started, I was asked about the diameter of the pencil. So this diameter is 7.7 millimeters, and a Holbein pencil, I do think it's going to be thicker, and the Holbein barrel, it's like 7.9. Let's see, it's holding steady. 8.0, so like I would say it's kind of flickering back and forth between 7.9 and 8.0. So it is a little bit thicker than the Gold Horse. Not too much, I don't think. I don't really feel too much of a difference. They are both lightweight. They're not, either one is very heavy. If I can find my postal scale, maybe we'll weigh them in the next video. We'll check it out a little bit further. But I just wanted to give that info to the person that asked me about them. So they are 3.8 cores, and I also think they're a little bit shorter than a real Holbein. You can kind of see here, it's a little tiny bit shorter, maybe another maybe another 2 millimeters shorter. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to tape this chart to this clipboard here. So I like this tape dispenser. I got it from Temu. It looks like a cassette tape. I have my pen, have my chart, have my pencils. What else do I need? Just you guys, I guess. So I don't know how exciting this is going to be. It is a lot of pencils, and these pencils don't have any names, so I don't really know what else to talk about. This first one is 523. I probably should have written these in first. So it's 523. I think this is white, and I'm using this brown paper instead of white paper just because I thought it would be nice to see there's some really pale colors in this set. That was one of the main selling points for me for this set, because I spotted all the what looked like really pale colors and grays, and I really like that. That's not found as much in a typical set that I've noticed. So we have number 17. This is like kind of like a light lemony yellow color. My handy dandy brush here as well. I did get a chance to swatch these out on white paper last night when I was arranging them, because I was like, I wanted to swatch them for the first time with you guys. On to number 5. But I really wanted to put them in a better color order. The only way I could do that was to swatch them. So I swatched them last night, and then I cut up my swatches and rearranged them into this order, which I think is not, it was really difficult. Because there's so many overlapping colors in this, and there's a lot of pastel, really pale colors that could be in its own group. This is number 52. There's a lot of muted tones, a lot of earthy tones, a lot of really pretty colors. And, well, this one's a little scratchy. They can really go either way, so it was a little difficult. So I just did the best I could with the amount of time I had. I had to go to bed, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be good enough for, I think it's better than it was before. So 604, this is a really pale yellow. This is like one of the colors. This is almost the same color as this paper. So I brought over a black piece of paper for those really even lighter ones that I thought I would test out. So I think a lot of these will really pop on black paper. I have a large amount of black paper because I bought it because I was like, oh, I'm gonna use this for something, and I never did. The only time I use it, this is 504, is when I'm testing pencils out, or it's like, oh, these would be great for black paper, but I don't actually ever end up doing anything on black paper. But I think it looks really neat. Look at this one. Yeah, these are really intense on the black paper. I guess if you draw, probably they would be good for black paper. And we have 621. Let me write this in. 621. Not too many yellows. I don't think. On a lot of these yellows, I think lean a little bit more orangey, on the orangey side, rather than like pure yellow, which is not a bad thing, because I do find a lot of sets will be like really heavy with the repetitiveness of some of the yellows. So I do think this is a nice amount of yellows, and I think they are different enough from each other. They are claiming these are light fast. Like I did mention that in the previous video. This is number 152, that they do have these light fast rating stars on them, but nowhere inside the box or inside the literature or even in the listing itself that I could find state, you know, what do the stars mean? Are we meant to assume like 2 stars is not so light fast, halfway light fast? I don't know. I can read the description. Maybe I'll be quiet for a minute and I'll pop in a voiceover reading the description they have in the listing. Gold Horse B11 Professional Oily Colored Pencils, a comprehensive set of 144 vibrant colors, elegantly packaged in a premium gift box designed for both beginners and advanced artists alike. These professional-grade colored pencils are engineered to deliver exceptional layering capabilities, allowing artists to create intricate and nuanced works of art. The soft lead cores provide a smooth application and a rich vibrancy, ensuring that every stroke is vivid and expressive. Each pencil is formulated for optimal color saturation and excellent light fastness, enabling your creations to withstand the test of time without fading. With a complete spectrum of colors at your fingertips, this set meets all artistic demands, from detailed illustrations to expansive landscapes. The blending versatility allows for natural color mixing, making it easy to achieve desired shades and tones. Whether you are a budding artist or a seasoned professional, the Gold Horse B11 colored pencils are designed to elevate your artistic journey and inspire your creativity. Perfect for artists, designers, and anyone passionate about the fine arts. What is this one? 602. I'm getting into the more orangey-ish peaches, pinks. I am excited to try these out coloring on a page. 601. I think to try them out on, I'm not sure what paper. I want to use them on either a PDF page, like on a nice piece of cardstock paper, or in a better book. 43, rather than say like an Amazon printed page, because I really want to see how comparable they would be to a Holbein pencil. It's 113. Now, I did get a comment on the previous video talking about these, and somebody said, why, essentially, I'm going to just paraphrase here because I don't totally remember the exact comment, but they said to the effect of, why bother spending all this money on Chinese knockoff pencils when you could just spend that money on like a quality, like the authentic quality set, which is a valid observation. Of course, you can, I didn't take offense to the comments, but it is true. If your intent is you're looking for like a high quality pencil like the Holbeins, for example, like we're talking about today with this dupe set, or Prismacolors even, or Polychromos. If you're an artist, if you're someone doing actual work, like professional work with these pencils, yeah, definitely it would be, this is number 98, more, it would be more wise, money-wise, especially, to just save up for the real set. But this channel is mostly a coloring channel. I'm sure I do have some people watch who are actual working artists that do commission work, and this is a channel for them as well, because I feel like you can have all those professional sets, but if your hobby is, say, coloring, like mine is on this channel, you're not going to necessarily want to be breaking out those high quality sets. This is number 13. Quality sets to, say, work on a coloring page, or just, fooling around, just sketching or drawing something, just practicing. You're not going to want to waste your expensive pencils on that. So I think what I like to bring to this channel is maybe some, I'm talking really slow because I have a really hard time talking and doing anything else at the same time, and writing at the same time. But this is number 92. I think what I like to do on this channel is I like to showcase different sets. I like to give my opinion on them. I, quite frankly, just in general like pencils as a hobby, like a totally separate hobby in itself. So I figure, why not? They say if you love to do something, that should be your aspirational job. And I do really love, I like talking about different colors. I actually really love naming colors and putting things in color order. So this is kind of my aspirational journey here. So I'd like to take you guys along with me. And I figure it helps you guys out to see, this is 002, if a set is right for you. Hey, we're killing two birds with one stone. But mainly, to answer the question is I just like collecting pencils and checking them out, and I like to do little investigations to see if pencils are the same pencil. I like to find dupes for things, color dupes, feel-wise dupes, any kind of dupes, like makeup dupes, all of it. Not even necessarily just in relation to coloring, in my real life too. So I guess that's the answer to that question. Everyone has their own opinions and everyone has their own value to things. This is 003. Maybe somebody likes to collect, I don't know, figurines or something, and they have 100 figurines. I might be like, oh, what are you gonna do with all those figurines? Or what are you gonna do with all those shoes? Or what are you gonna do with all of those Legos or comic books or whatever somebody else collects? 617. So I like to collect pencils. I like to color. I like coloring. I think I might have some sort of color OCD, unrecognized color OCD perhaps, but I really liked color in general. That's why I renamed my channel Crystals Color and Style in lieu of Crystals Coloring, because I do like to focus more so on colors in particular. Is this 615? Yeah, more so than actually anything else. All right, so these are a little dusty. Did I mention that already? I think this one is another really light color. We could try on the black paper, GH 541. These two pinks, I'm going to show you. Really nice. These kind of are similar to those Black Edition pencils that are like made exclusively for black paper. I think Prismacolor came out with like a little set too. It's not new colors, but they pulled together a set of colors that work well on black paper too. I think it's like a set of 12 maybe. This is like a really pale baby pink. This one I think is a little bit more muted mauve color, and this is a little bit brighter. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, what are these? The same? These look like almost the same colors, but they're not. This one's a little bit more pastel leaning, and this one I think is a little bit more muted leaning. Let's see. Then we have 508. There's not too many there wasn't too many like true reds here either. They were like a little bit more orange leaning, kind of lean a little bit more pinky violet red colors, and not too many pinks either. Seems like not too many of any color except, let me get to it. I think this does seem very green heavy, very brown heavy. 507. I don't have all of the Holbein pencils. I have about 50, so I'm not going to be able to do like a full color analysis per se on every single color in both sets, because I just don't know. 115, but I'll do what colors I do have. I'll see if they match. I will say, feel-wise, they do feel to me like they might be a pretty good match for the Holbeins, but we'll see when we really do them head to head. 509. But I do really like them. Just swatching them out, they're very smooth feeling, and you can kind of see they don't leave much white space. They're pretty well like a very cover. I don't know if that's what you would say, but I feel like they cover a lot of paper. They don't leave a lot of white spaces in between. 558, these are a little bit harder to see. They're the shiny writing, but so are the Holbeins, are the same gold writing too. This is very pretty. This is like another one of those really dusky, muted type of colors. And 619. I think this is 619. So just on the color, the whole color spectrum of these, I think is pretty. I think they're pretty unique. It's a pretty unique set, I would say. And 537. I ordered these from AliExpress. I think I did mention that. And I have 2 other sets on their way. I have one coming tomorrow. And this set I ordered this last out of the other 2 sets that I have coming. And this one came the fastest. 014. And I have a set from Naomi coming in tomorrow, but I guess I'm gonna have to put that on hold until I finish taking a look at these. And then they're a set of Naomi pencils with 132 colors, and the color palette does look actually kind of similar to this set too. I'm kind of hoping they're not the same, like the same thing, or too similar, because I did see this, they were selling that set at the same store as this one. I got this from the store called Worldwide Pen, and they had that new Naomi set in the store as well. So that is also a very expensive set if you were to buy it on AliExpress. I was able to find it on Alibaba, and they were selling, like the manufacturer of the Naomi pencils were selling the set directly, so I was able to order it from them for a lot less money. But I'll talk about that when we actually take a look at those pencils themselves. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm very excited to get those. And then Artix is actually coming out with a new set. Not really a new set. They're coming out with an updated set of their 126 set. And I don't know too much about that, other than that I think the cores are going to be increased and they redesigned the packaging. So I'm waiting on those to come too. Now we're into these purples. Let's see. 041. When we get into these purples and blues here, I think these are a little bit more scratchy than the others, but not too bad. 101. Yeah, like the this one's a little scratchy. But I find that some of my Holbeins were a little scratchy too, and some of them were not that strong. The points weren't, like some of the points would crumble and break too, similar to these. So I do actually find them pretty close, pretty similar, I think, so far. We have to color. I do have to color with them first, but so far I'm finding them to be fairly comparable. Probably save for, we don't know about the light fastness of them component. 623, is that what this says? 623. Oh, I wrote it down, but I didn't swatch it. So and 557. $5.56. There are some, like this is a really, really nice dark, deep dark pencil. So a very wide range of colors in here, even though some of the colors I feel like are a little bit limited. I think it makes up for it in having like such unique colors inside. 514. This is like a very, very black kind of leading grape, I would say. It probably looks black on screen, maybe, but in real life it looks like a real, like almost like that Prismacolor grape, I would say. But maybe even a little bit darker than that. Then we're gonna get into the blues. This is 563. This is a really nice sky blue. Let's do that one on black paper. And then there's another really pale blue. 560. Oh, this one's 533. This one's a little bit darker, I think. This is kind of like the tonal difference between these two pinks is similar to between these two blues, I think. 533. Oh boy. 553. I like this blue a lot as well. It's very pretty. Oh, so give me some suggestions on what book I should use these in, or yeah, tell me what book I should use these in. I want to try and use them in a book. 530. Maybe a Christine Karen book would be nice. I have all three of those. I do like to use those for testing out pencils. 530. I am in the middle of doing a project book, trying to complete a whole book. This is 549. Lana Green's my favorite things. I started off testing out, I think, the Evazar pencils in that book, because I wanted to compare between the Bezoars and the Castle Art Gold pencils. And then I just ended up I kept going on another page, doing another pencil, and I want to try and finish the book and do each page in a different pencil. There's 24 pages, different images in that book. So I'm working. So I was in the middle of doing one page with the Archix pencils, so I had to stop. But I do really want to get back to it as soon as I'm done testing these out. I would test these out in that book, but that's I don't think that's a really great book to test these out in, especially since I've never really used these before. It's Amazon. It is Amazon printed paper. Oops, I made a mistake. That's 31, 36. It's that paper's not, it can't hold that many layers, so I'd rather not test out a new pencil on there. And 007. Like a primary type of blue, I would say. So number 20. Number 89. Number 517. 17. So really dark blues. Number 618. These colors they feel very dry, but I attribute that more to the pigments than necessarily the quality of the pencil. And we have 543. If you do have the Holbein pencils, are these colors looking familiar to you? Like I said, I don't have all of them, so I can only see, like a couple of them do look familiar to me, but not much. 515. I don't really think these are all going to be color matches, so I'm thinking they most likely are just mimicking more so the barrels. And 542. I do think they I am glad I bought them. I do think a lot of these colors feel unique. 542. 006. $5.29. 620. All right, now we're gonna get into the greens. Green is not my favorite color, but I really like the green section of this set. There's a lot of not just like samey, just greens. There's a lot of blue greens, a lot of pastel greens, a lot of earthy greens, which I very much like. This one's a little on the dry side too. I have this really pastel, really pastel 534 green. And I really like to have these really light colors to use as kind of a blender pencil. Like usually, like if you use the white pencil, it'll kind of fade out the color or make it like all like milky looking. But if you use a lighter shade of the colors that you're using, I think it comes out a little bit more, adds a little bit more depth and dimension to whatever you're working on. And we have 550. This is another really pale color. Let's try that one on the black paper too. Let's see. That'll be nice on black paper. Looking in the camera, they all kind of look really white cast to them, but in real life they don't look that way. I think just because the lights are so bright. Let me see if I put them off, one of them off. Let's see. Turn off the lights. I think you could kind of see a little bit of difference in them. So that was 550. 625. $0.47. I had so many things on my mind. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about this while we're coloring. I'm going to mention this, and I'm totally blanking. I totally don't remember anything I wanted to talk about. So I'm sure I'll remember when I stop filming. 548. All these greens make me want to color something like a I don't know what's, not necessarily like a landscape or flowers even, because I really don't like coloring flowers too much either. But something like, oh, like maybe like a person green would be cool, like a green, like a fantasy skin tone with green undertones to it. I think I would like to do. Yeah, so maybe one of those Christine Karen books would be a good choice. I'm gonna put that on the top of my list because she has a lot of elves and fairies and that sort of thing. So maybe that's what we'll do. 048, nice green color palette. Elf or fairy. It smells like someone's burning leaves outside of my house. Hopefully that's what it is, and my house is not on fire. Hold on, let me go look outside, see what's going on. Okay, I found out what's going on. My house is not on fire. They're repaving all the streets outside by my house. Oh, that was the wrong color. This is number 085. I live super close to the MetLife Stadium, and they're having some of the World Cup matches over there, which I think it's going to be in June, and I'm really contemplating just taking a vacation actually it's the whole month of June, so I can't take a whole month off of work, but yeah, it's gonna be like big disaster. I think $5.45, just because I take Uber to get to work now. I used to be able to walk. I used to walk to work. I used to live really close to where I work. Now I moved. I didn't move very far. I just moved like one town over, but it's too far for me to walk. So I'm worrying about they're gonna be doing surge pricing for the game when I have to go to work. So normally it costs like maybe on average maybe $10 each way going to and from, and I'm just like really nervous that maybe like it's gonna be cheaper just for me to stay home than go to work. But we'll see what happens. Oh, that's my whole life. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so it's 814. I know there's a lot of people upset because New Jersey Transit is planning on, well, they already announced it, that they're charging $150 for round trip tickets to and from each game, which is a lot of money. I guess I would be upset too, but I don't want to have to be the one subsidizing it, so I think for the state, I think it's a good decision, but I could see where a lot of people are upset about it. $5.69. I know there are going to be a lot of closures, like at Penn Station, in Secaucus, if you're familiar with the area. $5.69. So I'm not looking forward to this time period coming up. I can't. I'm already dreading it greatly because New Jersey is very overpopulated. I think New Jersey is one of the most, or is the most populated area per square mile or something like that. Some kind of crazy thing like that. So when they hold just like regular football games or concerts or something over there in the Meadowlands, it's like a nightmare. Anyway, this ad like 4 times the amount of people going to this game. Oh my goodness. I don't know what we're gonna do. And then I heard there's other states holding, like it sounds like a better deal. Like Philadelphia isn't charging that much. They got subsidized by Airbnb, so they're in a little bit better of position than we are here in New Jersey. And I've been seeing lots of things pop up on my TikTok about people coming from Europe thinking that they're going to be able to walk from New York to New Jersey, and yeah, that's pretty crazy. 0.93 for up to 93. I live like maybe a 10-minute drive from the stadium, and if I wanted to walk from where I am, it would take about a 2 hour. It would be a 2-hour walk. So I think if you were trying to walk from Manhattan to the stadium, which would be like so many obstacles just in general, and you have to cross like several highways, several lanes of highway and everything. But if you were actually determined to do it, I think it would probably take you maybe like half a day to get here from New York. 616, not to mention that I don't think you can legally even go through the Lincoln Tunnel or the Holland Tunnel even if you wanted to try it. So, where are we on? 544. We're almost to the home stretch, you guys. I think we're almost, not too much more to go. There's 138 of these regular pencils, and 4 of them are neons, which I don't really care for neons too much. Sometimes I like to use the neon yellow for like lighting stuff. This is 568. Maybe when we get to the testing portion video, the next video, those neons look similar to Prismacolor's neon, so maybe we'll compare those if I remember. That's the ticket. This is like ivory, I would say, like kind of like Ohuhu's ivory, or the Marco Tribute ivory, which is the same, basically the same pencil. But I do like to have an ivory, like a true ivory color. And this is, not sure what color. This is like a very, very pale green, or it could be a very, very pale, I don't know. You guys tell me, but it's like almost like a yellowish green, but also muted at the same time, and also a pastel at the same time. This is like a weird color. 539. But it is a very interesting color, I think. Yeah, I would say it's kind of like a beigeish pale green, maybe. And then we have a 540. I kind of made this their own. Like, I think I could have put this green somewhere in here, maybe, but I wanted to kind of separate it from the rest because I thought it kind of had a different sort of undertone to it, more earthy undertone to it. Like this bunch that's coming up. And 571. Another really muted kind of khaki-ish green. Yeah, that's what I would call that. Maybe like a really pale khaki. And then we have 050, 50. My in frame here. Oops. Like an army green. 819, I think. So yeah. Uh-oh, this one broke. One breakage, not bad. Out of 144 so far. And we have 611. I ended up paying about $144 for these, I think, after everything was all said and done with the taxes and shipping and everything. I bought them while AliExpress was having some kind of sale, 518, because I was thinking they have some smaller sets, like they had a setup for a skin tone set. They had 48, like a 48 piece set, and I think that was going to be like $80. So I was like, why don't I should just get the whole, let's get the whole kit and caboodle. because I was really curious about these pencils. 561. And they're very khaki. Maybe these are more khaki colored. And so if you're thinking about getting them, try and wait. Because AliExpress, it's always having some kind of like anniversary sale or some kind of sale, and they're very in competition now with Temu. So they're always doing, like they have, like if you go visit them, the website every day, you get coins. They're making you play games like Temu. So they really trying to be like Temu. So kind of use that to your advantage and like stack up coupons and coins and stuff like that and save them up for when you want to get something like high priced like this. It's worth it. 560. I think this is 560. The browns are really, these are really nice selection of browns, I think. Very nice for skin, I think. Sometimes there's always like a big jump in browns. Like they'll have like a really like medium or light browns, and then there's no good like really dark browns. But this one has some good browns, different undertones to them, like some more red leaning, some more black leaning. This is 521. A little bit more yellowish, orangey leaning. Beige, this is 610. I really like this color. It's probably the same color as this paper. Let's see how it looks on the... When we're done swatching, I'll turn off the lights again so we can see the whole thing here. And 809. Man. Here, 809. I think I put this, I sharpen these on the highest level of my pencil sharpener. That's causing them to be a little bit more fragile. So I think going forward I probably put it on a 4 or a 5 level instead. 62. I think I have to your angle here. 62. 62. This is more orangey-ish, earthy oranges. $8.11. And 0.82. These feel a little bit drier too, like almost on the scratchier side. And 0.10. This is maybe a little bit more reddish, like a henna color, I would call this. I did order some sticky labels from Amazon. I'm thinking I might make up color names for all of these, including the Niones that are coming too, because those don't have names either. But I don't know. 608. $5.24. It's like a reddish brown, purple eggplant. And 009. And 522. $0.99. Oops. This is like the darkest brown. Looks almost black. Oh, actually, no, that isn't the darkest brown. This is the darkest brown, I think, in the set. Actually, I was kind of not even sure if this was a black or if it was a brown, but I think it is just an extremely dark brown. Because the barrels match pretty well, I think, with the actual course, which I think is great. So I think this is like a black brown, kind of like when you get like an eyeliner pencil or a mascara, when it comes that color, black brown. Oh, I did do I looked up this company, this Gold Horse company, and they also make cosmetic, I think they do make eyeliner pencils and like lip liners, that sort of thing. So that does kind of track. They probably use the same pigments for the cosmetics that they do for the pencils, I bet. $5.35. And I noticed that like a lot of these places will also do like cosmetic stuff or nail pigments. You know how they have a lot of those watercolors, those metallic watercolors up on Amazon even, or Temu, all those things. Those are usually also advertised to people for nails. The same thing. $5.62. $5.62. I guess probably like whoever the pigment supplier must be the supplier for everyone, not necessarily just art supplies, right? I think I did do a video talking about something about pigments. $5.71. That I think car manufacturers are, and like washing machines, those are the biggest users of pigments. And when like they discontinue a color because it's not so popular, that's usually one of the main reasons why colors will get discontinued, like your art supply colors. The largest industry that would normally use those pigments, it's no longer relevant for them. So like the art industry is not necessarily big enough of a demand for it that they would continue to be profitable to keep supplying that color. Now sometimes colors get discontinued just due to being toxic or something like that, or for environmental reasons, but a lot of times it's just because something like that. Industrial type manufacturers aren't necessarily using them anymore. My monitor died. Luckily I noticed that had died. And I wasn't too far along here, but I think we got cut off around here, 577. So we have 123, 538. It's like this nice kind of lavender, grayish lavender. This 575's really pale grayish blue. We have some more grays here, these kind of coolish looking grays. 574, 576. So now we are up to 531. 31. It's like a darker elephant type of gray, or maybe even a slate gray. I don't know. 73, not 5, just 073. This is a little bit scratchy too, so you have not too many scratches, a little bit, not too bad. 100. A lot of grays. Some people don't like grays, having a lot of grays, but I do like having a lot of grays. I think when I first started coloring, I was like, yuck, too many grays. I don't need these grays. But now I'm a little bit more into like layering and shadows and stuff. I do like to have grays. 038. I do think they're very different shades of gray too. They're not, I don't really find them, they're not very similar. They're all different, which is good. Sometimes you get sets and they have like 2 grays in there that'll look like almost the same. It's like, why bother? 512. This is a black. There's these two blacks I'm gonna do here. I can't tell them very much apart. Maybe you guys can. Some colors I'm like really great at deciphering, like very minutia types of shades, and some I'm not. Like greens, I'm not so great at deciphering between, I don't know, but like, oops, I don't really see a big difference between these two. Maybe, yeah, I don't even want to make something up. I can't tell. I really can't tell. All right, so now we're into the neon colors. This is 564. I would say, I'm going to call this a neon. Yeah, I guess it's neon yellow because there is a green in there too. Not the brightest, I would say, neon I've ever seen. It's kind of like a little bit. This whole set is kind of muted, I would say. Even like the more saturated colors, I find them to be muted. 565, which is not a bad thing necessarily. It depends on what you're looking for. I like it. I quite like it when I'm very into muted colors just in general. Like my personal preference. But 566. Oops. 566. We have a green. Yeah, I think in the next video I'm gonna put these next to the Prismacolors. They feel more like the cheaper Brute Fooder type of neons, I think, just on initial testing here. Yeah, these don't feel like the same quality as the rest of these pencils to me. 567. But I think all neon pencils don't feel that great. And we have our metallics. M01. These feel pretty nice actually. These are nice and smooth. Nicer than the neons. They're soft too. I don't usually like I'm not a big fan of metallics either. They don't really look metallic though. What's this? MO1. Yeah, they're not really even giving metallic, I don't think. Usually when you have a metallic pencil, there's some kind of glitter inside there, but these aren't giving that. This is M21. And then this gold one is M45. Very crumbly. This silver is M46. Maybe they have like a whole metallic set that these belong to, I would assume. And then finally, we're gonna get to our two soft black and soft white they gave us. That look like the Luminance pencils. Actually, before I sharpen them, let's do sharpen that black one. But let's check I think these are supposed to be 3.8 cores too, I think. Yeah, it comes out to 3.9, so probably 3.8. And then the barrel is 7.6. The Luminance pencil is a lot more chunky and more substantial, I think, than these. You can even tell. They look and feel different. The Caran d'Ache Luminance is heavier too. Oops, I'm putting it in the wrong spot. 8.1 millimeters. So, what did I say? I already forgot. This is 7.5, so about 0.5 difference between these two pencils. There is no soft white colored pencil, I don't think, in the Luminance pencils. I think there is a soft white in the Holbein pencils, so that's interesting. Let's see, it feels different than this white. Oh, I'm not going to get into it. We're just swatching these pencils here. I don't want to make this a 5-hour video. We'll take a look in the next video. So this is 823, and this is 812. We'll put L for Luminance there. All right, so I don't know. I think they felt kind of the same. But we'll get into that in the next video for sure. You might have to give me a few days to get to the next video, because that's a little bit more work than just swatching. I made it this far. This is a long one. Let me know what you think of these colors. I think they're really nice colors. I like the laydown of the pencils. I do my initial opinion is I do find them to be similar in feel to Holbein pencils, and laydown I think they feel very similar, not exactly. So far I like them. I'm happy with them, and I'd love to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.